Hello, everybody, and welcome to an episode of Boldly Going. It is I, Merlin, sometimes known as Joe, and I got the Film Fanatics here. You got Dan here.
Hey.
And Justin there.
Howdy.
And this time we're going to go back to Voyager. We're going to start the second
season.
A new season. Yep. Boldly going into that new territory for better Voyager episodes, hopefully. And this is one is affectionately known as the Amelia Earhart episode.
Yes.
And I'm curious, who wants to begin the season 2 of Voyager? Who wants it?
Up to you.
Fight for it? Dan wants that. He looks hungry for it.
I'm fine with that. I love a good Amelia Earhart.
There you go. Most people do.
Yeah, I mean, some do.
Who doesn't like a woman that just flies a plane and gets lost?
Yeah. But then found in this episode.
Indeed.
We learn what happened finally.
I know.
So in this, the crew follows an ancient SOS signal to this planet and finds an old airplane there. And subsequently, 8 humans preserved since 1937, including Earhart herself. After resuscitating them, the gang fears that the Voyager crew, might be lying to them about how it's 400 years of the future, etc., etc. And then there's these other humans who open fire on the Voyager gang until they find out Janeway is also a human, and tell of this group called the Briori, who abducted hundreds of humans back in 1937 and brought them as slaves to their planet. I pretty much liked this episode. I thought it was very interesting. It's honestly the first episode where Janeway actually had a role.
Whatever do you mean, Dan?
If you go back to literally every Voyager Boldly Going we've done, we barely even mentioned Janeway.
Yeah.
A few episodes we've said
she gets involved here and there, but
she
never.
is starting to be a captain here, and I think in one I even was like, boy, she really handed off the reins to that other woman, and she did everything. That's this is the first episode I actually feel like Janeway was in it. So that was cool,
There you
I guess. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, obviously the Earhart thing, hot gimmick, but
A little bit.
it's real. They're not on a freaking holodeck.
No. At long last,
So,
thank goodness.
I can appreciate that.
It was the first draft.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. You had Tackleberry from Police Academy in this as one of the cryogenically frozen people.
There you go.
You had Neelix serving, racist food to people. So I liked it. I would give it a B+.
Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. What did Justin think about the Earhart episode?
All right, season 2 kicks off 2 steps forward, but 1 step back.
Oh!
So, and it's kind of a pity because at the end of season 1, I was like, okay, it seems like okay, we started with a little bit of a rough start with season 1, and then things really started showing some interest. Jetrell was a great episode. The finale ended on a decent note, but I still kind of liked it.
I did read this was supposed to be the finale.
Oh, really?
And UPN shelved it to the next season because they wanted to start the season earlier than any of their other shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I thought
so. UPN liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think this one has a really, really slow start, but but it does eventually pay off. I think there are some good things in this episode. The problem is there's way, way, way too much going on for simply the amount of time that they have. Personally, I think it would have functioned far better as a 2-part season opener.
Probably.
Okay, have
Yeah, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
Kick it off with Amelia Earhart, maybe then as a cliffhanger, okay, who are the 37s? Because that's an interesting twist, but then they sort of rush it and then it just sort of abruptly ends. It's not bad. It's still interesting, and the conflicts at hand are interesting. But the main dilemma of this episode is pretty much resolved in about 5 minutes, and it's kind of a pity because I think it is a bigger issue at hand than what they played out to be.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not a bad episode. It's just one that I think could have been so much more. It's just a B for me.
Well, I have to say, I'm with Justin on this one.
Yeah, not so good.
Well, it's not that it's bad.
Hey, Justin's grade was only 1 smidge below mine.
I know.
Here.
I'm sorry, Dan. Just you're a little too nice.
All right. Well,
The
like a good Earhart.
No. I know.
I like how she was wondering how a woman could be a captain.
That was good. Classic sexism from
listen, from somebody in the 30s, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It's not typically the way it was thought of being. It's true.
Right.
Historically accurate, I guess, perception-wise. But no, I thought this one was good. I think it's definitely a much more fun, interesting episode. Yeah, there is an obvious gimmick there. But personally, the twist with the whole alien abduction and slavery aspect, I think is really cool.
It is.
But you're right. There's not enough done with that in this limited time. It definitely could have been better as a 2-parter. And I didn't know that it was supposed to be the season finale.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that had actually been the case, but I think they probably wanted to shift it just to boost the ratings because they knew they may have had a good one, possibly. But no, I enjoyed this one. I think Janeway gets to do more. Neelix, is Neelix. I don't know. You can't...
Serve that racist.
Well, he's trying to accommodate everybody. But no, this episode's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I do think that it's one of the better ones for early Voyager, but there's still much better things to come. I'm actually giving this one a B, too.
Okay. Sounds good.
But, it's decent. So I guess along with this one, we're going to do our wrap-up. Who wins the round for you guys this time?
I feel like it was TOS. I'm trying to remember what all the episodes were. But I feel like lately all the TOS ones have been, stellar.
So TOS was
the TOS one we did.
That was the one with Spock, right?
Well, they all include Spock.
Okay, dumb statement. Okay, so that was the one with the shuttle and Spock pretty much takes control.
The Galileo 7.
That was a good one.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Next Gen was...
I feel like Next Gen's was pretty bad.
I remember the DS9 one. That's the
DS9 was
Loxwana.
which was also very good.
It was a good one.
I enjoyed that one.
I did like that one a lot.
TNG must
have been something bad. Another holodeck.
No, it wasn't a holodeck. It's the one with the stealing of the kids and the Wesley.
The
Wesley Wesley go.
That's a sticky pile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TOS for me, but DS9 was very good.
Okay.
With Loxwana.
What do you think, Justin?
I'd have to give it to DS9, though I do have to say, the more I think about the TOS one, the more I'm coming around on it.
I was I was surprised you didn't like that one.
Well, it's excellent.
I thought that was a very good one. I've always really enjoyed it. Good for Spock, actually. Good Spock episode.
Yeah.
But no, the DS9 was good. Odo. Always.
Yeah, that was a really good DS9 episode.
But yeah, the TNG one. It took me a while to remember. Yeah, that's the kid. We will populate by taking your kids and forcing them to be our kids.
But
followed by environmental.
The famous people.
They were famous. Yeah. There was Deep Throat was in it.
Deep Throat and Brenda Strong from Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives. Yeah. Young. Yeah.
Yep.
True. Yeah. So
A+ for them. The episode though was not quite as good.
Well, no D- on Boldly Going, lest I forget. But
no. If there ever is a DS9 episode you're contemplating on giving a D-, let me know, because that might be interesting.
When we ever make it that far. But anyways,
I don't think that
there are none,
because it won't exist on the show.
Done real good ones.
I don't think DS9 has
except
too
for
many
that
Ds.
one.
I was going to
say
the
game. Yeah, but you didn't dislike it as much as I did. I hated that episode.
I don't really mind that episode that much.
Yeah,
actually.
I know.
I feel like there was another DS9 that was just not good, but
there are a couple. But DS9's the best.
Not good for DS9 is still like C-.
It's true.
Compared to season 1 TNG,
whereas not good for TNG is straight F.
That's fair.
I promise they'll get out of that rut eventually. TNG is legendary after all.
True.
But anyway, we're gonna wrap that up. Let us know what you guys think about this episode and more next time, and we're gonna go back to TOS.
Yeah. See ya.
Take Zen.